welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia here with this week's Teen Mom Recap. If my backdrop looks a little different, I apologize. Actually, one of the support poles for my backdrop broke, and I'm waiting on them to send me a new one. And I also got a new backdrop itself. It's like a pink one as opposed to like the glittery thing I got going on. Just felt like a change, so that should be in 2 weeks, if not next week. Anyway, if you're new here, I post new videos every single week of recaps of what's going on Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom OG, and whatever Teen Mom season is airing on MTV. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe. I also have a partnership with ExpressVPN. If you want to learn how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, go ahead and check my link down below, expressvpn.com/Anastasia Recaps. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This first episode of the new season of Teen Mom 2 begins with Chelsea's replacement, Ashley from Young and Pregnant. You may remember her for this iconic chair-throwing fight, or the "I'ma keep fucking him" dance, or her boyfriend's god-awful face tattoos. But now they're all just mini-golfing. They always show these bitches mini-golfing. Clearly MTV has some kind of kickbacks or some deals going on with these mini-golf places. We know Ashley and Bar don't come here on a weekly basis in real life. Ashley starts by saying, "I was hoping Chelsea didn't quit Teen Mom 2. I watched them for years."
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Yeah, you wanted to remain at a lower pay grade, sure girl. Me and Bar used to have issues, but he stopped partying, so we're back together after being broken up for a year. I'm working towards my nursing degree. We moved away from our families and removed ourselves from all the chaos. Oh, but Bar did get a DUI, and he has an ankle monitor. Imagine being named Bar and getting a DUI. Nominative determinism is a funny thing. Their 5-year anniversary's coming up, and they're going on vacay to celebrate. I mean, they were just broken up for a whole year, and were on and off for the entire 4 years before that, but whatever, everything's perfect now, 5 years, consistent. Ash is like, "I want ice cream," and Bar says, "What are you trying to do, seduce me? That's the trashiest seduction ever." Bar says this while wiggling around his eyebrow tattoos, ankle monitor blinking in the background like, "My dude, you have no authority to call anybody else trashy." Bar calls his friend and tells him that he's proposing to Ashley during the vacation. Exciting. Leah calls Jeremy and tells him that she might need some babysitting soon. "I might need to go to the doctor. I was scratching my chest and..." "Are you pregnant, Leah?" "No, I'm not knocked up again. What the hell? I have a lump in my boob, not my stomach. I'm worried it might be cancer, so I'm gonna go get it checked out." For once, Jeremy actually takes her seriously, more than he ever did during their marriage, and he says, "Don't fuck around, go get it checked out. My mom had breast cancer, so I know that it can be scary and very serious." Leah's worried that she's so focused on the girls that she doesn't take care of herself. Brianna hasn't heard from Lewis in months and Devon in weeks. Since Devon posted her phone number, he's no longer allowed to have Brianna's number, only Nova's. And we shift over to Devon. "I don't even have Bree's phone number anymore. She took away my time with Nova. She's wicked. She chose to do this. You know, yeah, she's a good mom, but she's a bad person. Actions have consequences, my dude. If you posted her phone number, why would she immediately give you her new phone number? She could post that too? Like, even Brianna's not that dumb, as much as she may look it." Anyway, Brianna goes to pick Nova up and shows up late. In fact, Brianna was so late that Nova says, "I thought Daddy must have been coming to pick me up." If your daughter is saying that unironically, it might be time to rethink your life choices, bro. Devon. Brianna realizes how hypocritical she looks for saying that Devon's always late, when in fact she is late sometimes too, so she just feels very overwhelmed. Kale moves back to Dover and sold her house in Middletown. "I moved from Hobby's house because there were bad memories there, and then I made more bad memories at the new house, so I had to leave that one too. I'm excited about this move because it's not man-motivated, it's for me and the kids. I sure wish I could buy a new mansion every time I had a bad day. The walls are tainted with bad vibes now, guys. We can't stay here one more day." Next is Jade. "Sean moved out from our place a month ago. He doesn't come by and help at all, but my mom helps." Right after Jade says that, her mom calls saying that they don't have a car seat and can't help with Chloe today. So yeah, the term help is being used quite loosely. Jade says, "I asked Sean yesterday to take Chloe, and he said no. He needed a break from both of us, and that me and Chloe are a lot to handle." Imagine if Jade wasn't around or if something happened to her. Is he just gonna leave Chloe at the park cause like, "I needed a break, dude. This is a lot to handle." If you want time off, Sean, maybe get a job. "Clearly he doesn't want to be around us," Jade says. "I don't get a break. We need to have a conversation about this." Bar and Ashley decide to go to the beach for their 5-year anniversary, which is actually more like 2 years and then a few months and change, but anyway. Ashley's trying to justify the relationship. "He's pulling his weight now. I can't be petty. We were broken up for a whole year. Sometimes you just gotta see what you're missing, see if the grass is greener." And you know what was missing? Him. Bar. "That's the only man that'll ever make a fool out of me." Wow, how romantic. Your man makes you look dumb. But at least he's the only one doing it. Leah sits down her 2 older girls at a public park and asks, Do you guys know what a menstrual cycle is? Can we not do this again? Like, we already had to watch Bentley get traumatized in 4K when Macy gave him the talk on international TV. Anyway, she explains to the girls how to examine your breasts for lumps and that she's going to the gynecologist to get something checked out. Brianna talks to Shirley about easing Nova back into having quality time with Devon, because she could use the free time. But she wants to start slow by giving Devon weekends, not weekdays, since he can't be trusted to take her to school. She asks Nova if she wants to, and Nova says yes, and Devon also agrees to take her. Kale goes to her realtor to sign the paperwork to get her new house, and she is being very dramatic. This is the death of my old life. With this new house, I'm alive again. Then she starts crying. She says nobody else will understand what happened in that house. I had such good intentions and it all went horribly wrong. Her friend says, I'm literally crying for you, Kale. Well, very clearly not crying. Meanwhile, Kale is like actually bawling. From the way that Kale is reacting, it seems like there was probably some domestic violence going on in that house. On both sides, they've both been arrested for it, which is why she's so emotional about it. Again, they don't directly address this though, but you don't cry like Kale did here because you spilled some milk in the old house. It seems like something really bad went down there. Sean has decided that his self-imposed paid time off from parenting is over, and he comes to see Chloe on his time. Jade tells him, I need you to be more consistent. I felt like you didn't want me around, Jade. Moving out was the best thing I did. I'm pretty sure he got kicked out, but anyway. I was a lazy piece of shit. When I was gone though, I missed Chloe throwing those tantrums. I'm sure Jade didn't miss out on your adult tantrums though. Unfortunately, she can't just shut you up with a pacifier like she does with Chloe. In her confessional, Jade says that Chloe needs good role models. We need to communicate healthier and look happy for her. Me and Sean both didn't have good role models as parents, so I want to break that cycle. Ashley and Bar go to a city in California called Pismo Beach. Why does that sound like a world in like Super Mario Sunshine? They drop Holly off at her mom's house, and then their producer says, your guy's tire is totally flat, by the way. We don't want to film your death by car crash today. Some liabilities involved in that. And Bar says, can we stop and get tire pressures? Ashley seems embarrassed to be with someone this dumb, and she says, Bar, it's stop and get air. You don't get tire pressures. They arrive safely to the hotel. There's flower petals on the bed, very romantic. And then Bar takes pictures of Ashley's ass. He almost drops the engagement ring on the floor, but he catches himself and hides it away for later. Kale visits her land for her new house and then picks up her kids and tells them that everything's finalized for the new place and that everyone has their own room now. Isaac demands a pool and a trampoline at the new house. And hey, I don't blame him. If Kale was able to buy a whole-ass mansion just to be in the general vicinity of Chris, maybe she can direct all that effort and money towards her actual inhabitants of the house, her children. Leah gets an ultrasound of her breasts at the gynecologist. It turned out to be a benign tumor, but they want to follow it for the next 6 months. She worries it's going to be something more down the road. I don't want to have surgery. I'm an addict, so any surgery where I need medication, I might relapse. But I might have to put my fear of surgery aside so my kids have a mom. Devon is bringing Nova back to Brianna's place. Brianna thinks it's depressing that Nova gets to go out and have fun while Stella's stuck at home because her dad is a deadbeat who doesn't take her anywhere. Nova comes back and Brianna asks, Nova, did you like the obstacle course? She did like the obstacle course, and she says she actually wanted to stay with her dad. Later, Brianna says, Devon hasn't been the dad that I want him to be, but who am I to keep Nova away from him? Bar and Ashley are chilling on the beach, and Ashley gives him his present. It literally sounds like an interaction between a mom and a child on Christmas morning. So she gives him the Gucci shades, and Bar says, no way, Ashley, you went back to the store and got these? I was showing them to you there. Cause not gonna lie, I was not about to pay for these myself. Stand up for me, Ashley. Now look at me. Ashley starts crying, and then Bar gets on one knee and asks, will you marry me? Aww. And before we see her answer, the episode ends. And that's all for this episode of Teen Mom 2. What do you think of adding Ashley to the cast? Do you think her story is going to be interesting? And how long until Sean and Jade are back together? Make sure to leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week.